Okay, so everybody's using these really unique frequencies to identify trajectories of potential items that could be in flight around the planet. And by using waveform to create a field towards the Earth, you're actually energizing the Earth. Now, that may sound crazy. You have to remember what the Earth's design is to do. It's spinning in its orbit with a hot body in order to spin off any energy that comes at it, so that way it doesn't overheat. Otherwise, it would just be a dead stone and it doesn't need to actually have any rotation. And the main cause for the rotation is to keep everything cool and maintain the gravity base in order to keep everything happy with each other so that it doesn't just float away. And that creates our biosphere. If you overlap your frequencies, you can cause what's known as pixelation. Okay, think of it as a television set. Pretty simple, right? Imagine that on a television set, you were to overlay multiple channels, and you would try to look at those channels. What essentially would happen is that you would have a frequency overlap burnout, which would cause an increase in the wave field itself, changing the structure of the way that the energy that's already coming in is going in, which could cause the energy to not just go in, but to go through. So the design of the planet's core is so super magnetic and gravitational in itself that when it grabs a hold of this energy, it's designed to not reflect it, but to turn it, spin it, and then reduce it into a waveform that releases itself, known as the sine. This keeps us in a potential objective that we have, what is known as our orbit to the sun as we're being dragged behind it. However, if you put too much energy into the Earth, you can change the frequency of the sine in such a way. And if the sine frequency changes, it can be a permanent disruption, which can cause heat to have happened through the core, because it would believe that the core had actually moved, and so therefore it would move itself. Not knowing that its liquid body state form is able to move in a phasmatic state of what's known as plasma, it will be able to move anywhere it wants. So overlapping your IR frequencies can cause a superheating of the Earth itself in such a fashion that you wouldn't recognize it on the level that you can see, because phasionics haven't been invented for you yet. You haven't gotten to that point. So be very careful about your weapons defense systems, because the more you do with them, the more potential you have to overlap each other. And that overlap is potential for destruction. You can really kill yourself quick, and you have no place to go. Nobody's coming to save you. You will die.